يلا الله مولانا يا 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 هيا ونزور يا 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 الله مولانا يا 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 هيا ونزور يا 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 زوروا العربي مكة مدينة سوداني فلاني هيا ونزور الله مولانا هيا ونزور زوروا العربي يلا يلا الله مولانا هيا ونزوروا زوروا العربي
You were just talking about how inspiring it was to travel around the world and how it kind of opened your mind. But quickly, I want to ask you about music culture in Algeria. Like, when you do people in Algeria, they love live music?
Of course.
And what is it like compared to here?
Compared to here, I don't know. It's hard to compare because it's different culture, it's different approach, it's different. We are in two different worlds, right? In Algeria, for example, let's say I'm gonna talk about the weddings. If you go to the south, for example, because I come from the south, I come from black family. So my grandfather, he's black, my grandmom, she's white, and my dad, he's like half métis. My mom, she's the same thing, so she's white. And that's why they call me, when I was kid, they were calling me Eminem in my neighborhood.
Really?
Because I was the only white in my family. Yeah, Eminem, why you are white? I said, I don't know, it's not I don't know. It's like that.
It is what it is.
Because of my mom,
Yeah.
But I'm so glad to be both, and to have, that means a lot for me, because for me it's like, black or white or wherever, man, it's one.
Yes.
It's just only one. It's not multiple things. We are human, we have the same brain, we have the same eyes, we have the same, everything is the same. We react the same thing, we have the same emotions, we have the same approach to the life, you know what I mean? Wherever, like what I was talking about the
Weddings.
ask me about the
Weddings and music culture.
Yeah. So the music in Algeria also is really interesting because compared to here is different. Let's say it's really different because if you go to the south, for example, when they do the wedding in my family, is no guest.
Oh.
We don't have guest, brother.
Interesting.
So when the wedding is happening, they open the roof or whatever you have or outside is no guest. So anybody can come and have a food and dance and clap and go home.
Anybody in the town.
Anybody in the town. It doesn't matter. Even if you are not from the town and you are crossing a wedding, you could stop there and just enjoy the food and dance and you go back home. Right? This is the difference between here and there. So I think it's more about culture. It's more here. The difference here is the people. They are open. They are really open. They are really helpful. I got a lot of help since when I came here. Like as I said, like when I came the first time, I wasn't speaking English. I didn't knew any. The only guy that I knew, he was Kike. I don't know if you know him. He was Kike Scamella. He's a Mexican musician. He lives in Toronto like since maybe 15 years. And so I met him when I was touring, and then at that time I was living in France, and then I saw him in France. Said, "Man, are you in France?" I said, "Okay." I invite him to the festival, and he came. Said, and then he started to sell, let's say, Toronto for me.
Really?
Said, "Brother, if you want to come in North America, come to Toronto,
Yeah.
don't go to Montreal. I said, why? I said, because Toronto is multicultural. It's a lot of musicians there. You see, I'm a musician from Mexico. I came to Toronto like 10 years ago. I'm doing well. I'm playing every time. I have a lot of friends. Some people, you have a lot of people. They will help you. And also, I wasn't interested by Montreal because I went there many times. I love Montreal. I love the city. I love the vibe. I love everything there. But it's really different for me because I choose Toronto because I want to challenge myself for new things. The first thing was the language. I want to learn English. And the second thing was to play with different musicians from different countries. In Montreal, they have North African community, so they have a lot of people from North Africa, they speak French, they have many cultures from other countries too, but they have a lot of from North Africa. But I wasn't interested by that because I went to France, I speak French, in Algeria we speak French too, so I had already an idea about the music and the French music and African music
and how the
all
two
of
mix
these things.
together.
So I did that in France. So I want something new, something exciting, something when you came to the city you are lost, you don't know how the token works to take the bus. This is how the thing was for me. And this guy, he introduced me the Ahmed. After that, when I came here, and Ahmed, he introduced me the band Monica Arabic Jazz, Mosquito Bar, sorry. And then I joined the band. I remember they were playing in Cameron House. And that time I wasn't speaking English at all, nothing. Like I was just like image, moving image, like image with movement,
And sound. You could still play.
And playing.
Yeah.
Let's say my only language that I had it was the music.
Yes.
Which is good and really, really helpful. So I jumped with them in Cameron House, and then Ahmed, he introduced me to Tanguy. I remember Dimitri was there too. The first time he was playing also with Mosquito Bar was his first time. And after that, I didn't think I will join any band here or something. I was just jamming. And then they asked me to play again, to jam with them another time. And then when I joined them for the second time, they said, okay, we like your vibe, we like your energy. We would love to have you like regularly with us. I said, okay, I would love to be part of the journey. And then I joined them, and then I start to meet some new musicians and new people in the town. Yeah.
حسرة عليك يا دنيا فيك حكاية وحكايات ساميني
وقعد حدايا واحكيهم لي بثبات. وعلاش هكذا حقده وسمية ضاني تبادلي في الصفات، تعذبي فيا غير بشوية عيت مع دابك بركات. واه 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 تلعبي بيا ولا معايا؟ جاوبيني علاش هذا السكات؟ قالوا لي عليك مسرحية، المسرح سكين من فتات. تذكيرة خلصتها غالية وجبت معايا شي وردات، خط للقاعة صفقوا عليا السطر طلع والضوء تفات. لقيت روحي في تمثيلية والديكور خوف ودمعات، طمعتيني ولعبتي بيا كان عندي جدي بصح مات. يا حسرة عليك يا دنيا فيك حكاية وحكايات، ساميني وقعد حدايا واحكيهم لي بثبات. وعلاش هكذا حقده وسمية ضالي تبدلي في الصفات، تعذبي فيا غير بشوية عيت مع دابك بركات.
I wanted to actually talk more about, you mentioned your first experience with Mosquito Bar. You didn't speak any English,
Yeah.
but you could play. What is it like when you can't speak a language, but your music can communicate with other musicians?
Man, to be honest, I think the people, they could know your personality, maybe not at the full personality, but they could know you through your music, through your playing, maybe through your even if you don't talk, man. I know like a lot of people, they don't talk English. I wasn't speaking English before, but I was playing with different people from everywhere, but it was easy for me to communicate with them. Even if we don't speak the language, we don't have like the right words, but we have the right notes, so to get together. So I think it's more about feeling. I think the feeling was helped me a lot to translate myself or to share what I want to express through the music, through the violin or through another instrument.
Oh, makes sense. I also think it's very interesting that the first band you found here was a band of people from all over the world with different sounds coming together. But when you were speaking about Algeria is that crossroads between east, west, north, and south, bringing all these things together. So for you, your experience, ever since you started playing music, has been all of these different things together make one sound.
Exactly. I think to be a musician, you have to get like a bit of everything. You know what I mean? This is really helpful, because if you get something from the south, because this is who I am. I'm Algerian.
Yeah.
Like before when I came here, I was Algerian, right? But inspired from different culture from my country. Even if I'm not playing the music of the East, even if I'm not musician, if you are around playing, you are kids and you are playing somewhere, you're gonna hear your own music or your traditional music through the radio, through the cars who cross the street, so it's in your subconscious. Right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Even if you don't like the music that you are hearing, but it's on you.
You
even
can't
if
help
you
it,
don't,
it's there.
Even if you don't like it, because in Algeria we have some people, they prefer to have, they are more in love with the Rai music, or they are more in love with the Tergi music, or you know what I mean? But if you take them out of the country, they're gonna miss every style of music, because it's part of them. And when I came here, this is what I'm doing every time. When I go somewhere, I get something I get inspired from the city, from the people, from the music who's surrounding me too. Like, I can't say I'm this kind of guy who I have like just only specific style of music that I'm holding myself in this bubble, you know what I mean? I'm saying always I'm everything. If I come here, I'm from here, and I gonna try to understand the music of the place where I'm living, trying to translate the music, my traditional music, maybe through the rhythm from Toronto, rhythm from let's say, I don't know, some places who they have like a specific,
like Brazil.
Like Brazil. I went to Brazil too.
Yeah.
Sao Paulo and Brasilia. Was a good experience.
I bet.
You know, where I have this story. I don't know. I gotta tell it, but I don't know if it's in the box. But you know, when I went to Brazil, it's really hard, because Brazil, they don't speak English. I was not speaking English too. So if you want to take a taxi, it's hard. If you want to go to the hotel, even the people who they work in the reception, they don't speak English. Most of them. It's not all the hotels. They have like English people in the reception. So I arrived to the Brazil, like I was with an Algerian band. We played there. I went to the hotel. I went outside, and then I heard like like a big shaking vibration. Like I didn't know what is it. What is it? Like I was, okay, this is music. Where that come from? I have to follow the vibe, because I knew like it's a big thing happening somewhere. Man, I was just trying to find the place through the ear. Like I was just listening to the sound, and then I saw a lot of massive people. They were coming like face to me, like. And then I asked there, I said, just with my hand, because I wasn't speaking. I said, I'm hearing music. Like, where is what's happening? They said, okay, go. They got. Yeah. I'm not from there. I'm not speaking any Brazilian language. I'm not Portuguese. Said, okay, go straight. I went straight, man. Believe me, like I saw a massive, like let's say 10,000 or 15,000 people, like outside the big stage. Was a famous singer singing. I'm not Christian, right? I'm not like. And then everybody was doing like Jesus. I said, okay. I was singing with them, brothers. Because if I don't do that, the people will be, what you are doing here, man?
What's wrong with you?
You know, so I just get the vibe, and, you know, was really funny.
That's interesting. Where were you living in France?
I was in Paris, but on banlieue, let's say, not in, let's say, Queen or something. Well, let's say I was in Scarborough or something like that, because when I met my wife, she was living like in this area, area. So I met my wife there.
So you met your wife in France.
Yeah, in France.
And that's why you ended up in
we stayed there 3 years.
Yeah.
But she was living there since like 18 years.
Yeah.
And then we moved here like to Toronto after that.
Interesting.
So yeah. But when I was in France, I was going back and forth between Algeria and France, because it's not that far. It's just 2 hours flight, and the ticket is not that expensive too. It's okay. compared to here. You know, it's different. It's like a big project to go back home.
Yes.
And yeah.
That's interesting.